Guess who's changing the way students spend their Friday nights?
Does your person have a hat?
Board game cafes are a game changer for date night. Roleplay Cafe is one of 4 board game cafes to open in Toronto since 2010. Snakes and Lattes was the first board game cafe to open in the city. Customers pay a $5 cover fee and get to choose from over 3,000 different board games to play. That's the largest collection of board games in North America. Employees at each of the board game cafes are there to explain the rules if you can't remember how to play a game or want to try something new. Classics like Mousetrap and Sorry are placed side by side with newer titles like Settlers of Catan and Ticket to Ride. Sitting around a board game provides a kind of intimate contact customers can't find through their phone screens or computer screens. Snakes and Latte's co-owner, Aaron Zach, thinks the comeback of board games has a lot to do with this.
I think right now we're living in an age of information where people aren't able to connect on a social level very often. They're immersed in social media and technology, but they're not often talking face to face. So I think it gives people a chance to reconnect with their friends and family at an intimate level.
Snakes and Lattes focuses on more than just board games. They also serve a wide selection of coffees, cappuccinos, and lattes. Employees are skilled at handcrafting drinks like their one-of-a-kind Nutella latte. But for the first time in Toronto, the board game cafe trend is entering new territory. This year, Snakes and Loggers brought something new to the board game cafe scene. Instead of lattes and cappuccinos, Snakes and Loggers serves up a selection of 19 local beers. The smaller venue at Snakes and Loggers is more intimate and suited to students looking to knock back a few beers while trying to solve the Guess Who mystery.
The concept was to take this idea of human connection that we bring about here and broaden it so that it's not just meeting with your friends and family, but it's potentially meeting new people all the time, which I thought would be a great step for board gaming and also a great thing for Toronto.
Earlier this week, Roleplay Cafe got their liquor license. They will be just the second board game cafe in Toronto to partner alcohol with board games. Located just off Ryerson campus, owner Sean Ho is confident adding alcohol to their menu will be a big draw for students. But he believes it's the board games and social interaction that draw people first.
Especially downtown, there's not too many places you can go and spend time with each other. Like even if you go to movies, you have to spend money, but then you're just sitting in a dark room and watching the screen, right? You're not really interacting with each other.
At all of the Toronto board game cafes, there's the option to buy a game and take it home. Cards Against Humanity is a big seller at Snakes and Lattes and is often sold out. But by staying on site, customers can play the popular card game for as long as they like. Being around other game enthusiasts is one of the many reasons Holly Baines keeps coming back for more. She's been to Roleplay Cafe 6 times in the last week.
Our house is not big, and I would say that that's probably standard for most people, and it's about getting a table the right size, because you got to be able to put your drink down and your game down, and I like the social kind of effect of it.
Each board game cafe and bar in Toronto partners their wide selection of board games with a menu of snacks, sandwiches, salads, and desserts. Roleplay Cafe is the only board game cafe to charge customers a minimum spending amount instead of a cover fee. Buying a slice of cake is enough to get unlimited access to their board game collection. The popularity of board game cafes has a lot to do with the selection of board games, the selection of beers, and the selection of lattes that isn't available at home. The only thing board game cafes and bars in Toronto don't provide is someone to set the game up for you.
It's hard to predict how long the board game trend will last in Toronto, but right now it shows no signs of stopping. Even local restaurants, like Oakham House, are stocking their shelves with classic board games like chess and checkers. For now, board games seem like a strong strategy for business success. Alexis Allison, Ryerson TV News.